I will tell you from the jump that this game in its Western release has gotten absolutely slandered with the term pay to win compared to how the game will actually interact with you. It like basically doesn't fucking matter. And
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like for some reason, the moment like it was announced and everything with the beta, because the beta has the actual shop in it, right? And then suddenly, like everyone just like screams pay to win, like unnecessarily so. Don't know why. Some people don't even know the term of like pay to win or something. So we can start.
So my second bit of today is you guys want my take on Lost Ark. So I've played it most of this week on beta. It's an Eastern MMO port. It's being ported to the West with different. They're changing a few things with like their business model. I've played it a week. I've done some research.
Okay.
I've done all of the content I believe that's available to me in the beta. They don't have any of the 8-man raids out, but you could do all the Guardian raids and all the Abyss dungeons. So I'm just going to tell you right away, I really like the game. Like a lot. I think it's a really good game. I'm absolutely going to play it with my friend. I actually cannot, I cannot wait just to get the Limit Boys together and to do the, like, content in this game. Just, like, not looking it up. Just, like, going in and just doing it. I can't, like, we did that a little bit on the beta, and we had so much fun. So it's going to be really fun for us. But as far as it being fun for you, I want to discuss a few things about the game, you know, just to, like, kind of give you an idea. So leveling is not really the point. I mean, again, the MSQ might...
I want to watch him actually. Like I started following him when he went to Final Fantasy and started doing the raid. Kinda blind, not exactly fully blind, but kinda blind. But yeah, I guess I'll watch him again on Lost Ark as well whenever it releases later. Then.
be great. The main story. You know that's I'm not the person you come to for that. I have no opinion on it whatsoever. I actually light speed skipped every scenario and quest text on the way up to level 60 or level 50. I believe that took me about 15 hours or so. I think the fastest time that anyone's ever done it is 10 hours. So questing is not the main content of the game. Why that's important to bring up is that's different in other games, right? Like New World, it took so much longer to level to max level because, you know, leveling was so much more of the part of the content. In leveling in this game, it's a means to an end. The entire game is endgame. I know there's endgame in New World as well. I'm just saying that leveling was more of a part of the game. Okay, so that's like kind of that, I guess. It's basically all endgame. The downsides of the game, maybe we'll get into that later. What are the upsides? The combat is fantastic. It's actually unbelievably good, which isn't surprising because we're getting a successful port of an already released game. It's not a new game, and we're getting it.
Max was playing Soul Master, right? I'm pretty sure he's playing Soul Master at the time. Pretty sure. Unless like did he re-roll? I'm pretty sure like he plays Soul Master. Who know who that is? Yeah, I know. I started following Max since he moved to Final Fantasy. I didn't know him beforehand, before like the WoW scene, because I don't play WoW or anything. But yeah. But since he tried Final Fantasy, I was watching him. He has a Gunslinger alt as well. Oh, because of the free boost. Right. Okay. But he still main Soulfist, right? And surprising that like Max actually enjoys Soulfist a lot then, because Soulfist is like pretty unique, man. The way it plays, sometimes people hate it a lot, but I guess Max likes it then. That's great though.
A few patches behind, but the combat is unbelievably good. I mean, just... And the classes are so different. I actually spent so much time yesterday off stream just like playing a bunch of different classes. The combat, ARPG style combat, it's not an ARPG, but the ARPG style combat is just so good if you're even remotely into stuff like that. If you guys didn't like the combat, very possible. I would highly suggest playing a different character because like some of them really spoke to me and some of them didn't. Really fun. And I think the big thing in that game is there's a lot of concern about the pay-to-win elements, the way that you get gear. So first of all, the Western audience is very averse to any pay-to-win features whatsoever.
Alright, here we go, boys. It's the pay-to-win stuff. Yeah, Soulfist is not for everyone, man. So yeah. Favorite solo content class? Scouter. That's my main class. Pay-to-win. Let's go wake up, boys. Wokge, everyone.
And I actually think that makes sense. I agree with that. Why? Because it's a slippery slope. If you as a community start allowing games to add any pay-to-win features whatsoever, it just becomes, you know, maybe next game they come out with a little bit more and a little bit more, right? So usually people are pretty hard set, like, no, I don't want any of that. And I agree. You know, I typically don't want any. But I will tell you from the jump that this game in its Western release has gotten absolutely slandered with the term pay to win compared to how the game will actually interact with you. It like basically doesn't fucking matter. And I'll
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like for some reason, the moment like it was announced and everything with the beta, because the beta has actual shop in it, right? And then suddenly like everyone just like screams pay to win, like unnecessarily so. Don't know why. Some people don't even know the term of like pay to win or something. Slander. I mean, like it's not slander or anything. It's just people regurgitating what other guys said. When you ask like why is it, people don't know. They just say, oh, cause my friend said it is. And then you ask his friend said, oh, this guy says it is, or this streamer says it is. So yeah, it's just like unnecessary for some reason comes up like that. Don't know why.
explain a little bit how. But first, let's kind of characterize pay to win. So many people throw pay to win around and they don't really know what it means. You cannot call
Thank
a
you.
game pay to win with basically no pay to win aspects and then also call a gacha mobile phone game pay to win. If you've ever played one of those games, you will notice that there is an insane difference in those things. It is not binary, right? There needs to be more terms thrown around for this. Some
What
people
the hell? What is wrong with you, Caps Lock, bro? Dude, someone time out this guy. What is wrong with you, man? People just want the devs and people behind the game to eat sticks and stones for a living. I don't know, man. I guess some people. No, it's okay. I know Caps Lock is just like joking, man. It's okay, it's okay. You're okay, sir. It's fine, it's fine. I know you're just joking.
will call World of Warcraft pay to win or Final Fantasy pay to win because you can technically buy raid boosts. If that's true, you can pay to win in every game. You can buy a Valorant account right now that's Radiant. Is getting Radiant, the highest level in that game, winning? In any game, you can buy an account or you can buy a boost to the top level of whatever it is. In League with Challenger, in WoW, you can pay real money or gold. You can Google it in 5 seconds. Any of you can do it to progress to the end of the game. In Final Fantasy, in every MMO, all of it. In my
You know, that makes sense actually. That actually like brings up a really good point. Because like, you can like basically like spend money, buy materials from other players, enhance your gear all the way to max, right? Plus 25 ancient gear and everything. Hitting plus 25 ancient gear, is that winning? It's not, right? Not exactly. Not if you can't clear the raid anyway. Because that's what Wales did. They couldn't clear the like Abel Shoot Hard, phase 6, and then they quit. That is true, actually. That actually makes a lot of sense. I never thought about it that way, you know. You can technically buy an account that is like high item level as well. Is that winning? Not really. That is true. That is actually like a really like interesting idea. I never really looked at it that way, actually. Thanks for the follow, Megaziko. Because Western players have been burned by too many pay-to-win games, they play intensely if they cash in anything. No, I get it, of course. I understand, like, the Western players are like that, because they have been burned. There is the stigma of, like, the paying aspect of the game. But I mean, like, people shouldn't just, like, take it from, like, someone else and just regurgitate the info, and when they get asked why, they didn't know, right? They need to be able to explain, though. So, that's what I'm thinking, basically. It's like paying to get challenger and then demoting. Yeah, it's like that basically. Shadowlands Risk didn't have enough time today to do carries, just never stopped. Made more than my job. So basically, like selling carries get you more, right? Get you like more. So it's like, why would you even do your job? You can sell carries for more, technically in a way. I don't know. It's just that's just how it is, I guess. And that's in WoW, right? Basically. So technically, by this standard, if you are that averse to it, technically WoW is pay to win as well. Technically, Final Fantasy is pay to win as well. You can save your time by buying a boost straight to level 70. You save like probably like a month or two worth of like leveling. I mean like that's kind of like a stretch, but yeah, technically like every MMO is pay to win. Everything is pay to win, bro. Even your life. Well, your life is basically. We know that life is pay to win, bro. Paying on-site RTOS and shit that is sold in-game. Yeah. DFO D3 Tree of Savior equals Lost Ark. I feel like they just take like inspiration out of all of it and then like they just like mix it and then made it work basically. Got deep real fast, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean like it does make sense though. I mean like Max's point here is really good actually. I really like that. Yeah, and also individual has their own perception of pay to win. We just can't quantify it, I think.
my opinion, that is not pay to win. Getting carried through the hardest content of the game is not winning at all. And if you were to make that argument, quite literally every multiplayer game is pay to win. You can pay money to get the stuff at the end of the game. So I don't view that at all in any of those games. I don't consider that pay to win. That's just something that's in gaming. If it could not be there, that'd be great, but there's no way to enforce that. There's a reason why it's in every game. In mobile phone games, quite literally, your progression in the game, how fast you do it, and how much content you can do, and in a PvP aspect, how good your characters are compared to other people's, is entirely based on how much money you spend. In Lost Ark, PvP in general is completely normalized. You could never spend $1 to increase your performance in PvP. That's so much different than a lot of other games. Even like the new Pokemon MOBA, you could spend
He doesn't really imply that like WoW isn't like pay to win. I think he's implying that like basically, right, if you count that, like count the everything in WoW like that, then WoW is pay to win as well. Basically, think of it that way. Basically, getting carried through like everything, getting the max gear and everything through like paying is not winning. That's like his point. It's not like he's saying it's pay to win or anything. He doesn't imply any that WoW is anything earlier. Not at all. So yeah, paying but not winning in real life. Didn't pay enough any. So yeah, really said that WoW is pay to win.
like $100 or $200 and like max out your items and have like like a 5% increase in the early game or something. Like in PvP in that game, you cannot spend money to make your character better at all. Impossible. In the hardest mode of PvE in that game, your gear, your skill points, and everything is normalized. You cannot spend any money to help your chances to beat the hardest content in PvE in that game. I don't think that content was available on the Lost Ark beta for you guys who were there. There is a shop that exists in the game
He
that's
was talking about the Hell mode basically. The Hell mode which is the hardest content in the game. Hell mode, Legion Raid, and those are all equalized. So yeah, no getting your gear through that.
mainly cosmetics. What it does sell on a 72-hour rotation is it has a chance to RNG roll a couple of upgrade mats that you can buy with in-game gold or with money. Obviously, if you're using your in-game gold on other stuff and you're buying it with money, money gives you an advantage there. However, I was mind blown to find out how little that stuff actually matters. Mari's store in that game is terrible compared to what you get from actually playing the game.
Thank you, dude. Finally, someone that actually noticed that like Mari's store is actually a scam. It's a big scam. It's a literal big scam, and he actually noticed. Yeah, not phishing this time. This is actually real here. He actually noticed because like if you actually play the game, you count like how many materials you doing daily, right? You get way more from just playing the game. Basically, just like running your daily, you get more already. That's already like, yeah, I don't know, man. People just saw like Mari's store and then see that you can pay with real money, and then like thought it was pay to win. Not to mention, on beta, it was 6-hour rotation. It's supposed to be 72 hours. So it's even worse than that. It's like, what? It's way more than that, basically. 2, 3. It's like about 6 times longer than the rotation. So basically, there's even less of that. But yeah. It was good, Matt. It was good, Max. The fact that you realized that, clap right there. Clap. Someone actually did the math, yeah. Yeah. It's good, man. It's good.
Upgrade mats you get, there's like 3 or 4 main kinds of them, and they can be sent to and from any character. So what a lot of players do in that game, which I think is actually going to be kind of a negative, is all of those mats are not soulbound. Think of it in WoW, if Soul Ash in the beginning of a season and honestly gear was just straight up tradable between any character on your account. That's basically what Lost Ark is.
No idea what that means.
So where it doesn't really matter how much money you spend. If you have 5 characters, you can literally do your dailies on all 5 characters and send all of your mats from your alts to your main, which is a pretty big time sink. Yeah, like mana pearls, exactly. So again, I'm not a huge fan of that, by the way, just to be clear. I don't really think that's a positive thing. What I'm telling you is you can get past all the money spending by just playing the game.
So basically, like, it's just like alts, right? So Max didn't like that you can run your alts and then you send the materials to your main. Basically, that's what he doesn't like, right? Interesting. Why though? Isn't like WoW uses alt as well? Or maybe like Max doesn't like that as well in WoW, and he just like he just was forced to do it. Was it? First content creator to point that outside of the Lost Ark scene. Yeah, outside of like the actual Lost Ark player that already knows that like Mari's shop is a scam. Max is the first one that I actually like knew from that. I mean like he might have like been told that by someone, but you know, I mean like he knew he knows already, but yeah. Personal oriented, I prefer it, but yeah, I mean like of course this is like a personal right, cause personal preference, cause I don't mind alts that much, so yeah. He wants progress to take longer. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. He doesn't like time sync. Hmm. Maybe I mean like maybe he doesn't know that like alts takes like about 30 minutes in a for one. So basically like six alts is like 3 hours, right? If you play everything, maybe like he doesn't know the exact time, but maybe he just doesn't like it. It's not a thing. Oh, it wasn't a thing in WoW. I thought WoW uses alts and everything. I see, I see. It doesn't work like that in WoW. I don't know, man. I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to WoW. So yeah, WoW alts don't assist in progressing your main. Okay, okay, okay. That's what's the difference. Okay. Literally same class as an alt to feed main characters. But isn't that the same though? You can like I made like a multiple scouters and then I feed my main as well. Hmm. I don't know. I guess it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, he thinks I have to run alts. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a different thing though. It's just a different point of view, I think. And I don't mind it. I mean, like he doesn't like it, and I know a lot of people don't like it as well. Of course, some people will like it, some people will not like it, right? But I mean, like that's just the system of the game, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. There is very little account shared resource in WoW. 3 hours of chore. Series of 6 alts is really good. I don't think it's that chore. It becomes a chore when you pick let's say like a class that you don't enjoy, then it becomes a chore because like you feel like, man, I don't want to play this alt right now. But if the classes you enjoy, you don't mind playing it because like, man, it's fun, dude. You have like a different play style for classes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean like the time sinks is a choice, but I get like some people that thinks that like they feel like they have to. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's continue for now.
But it's a lot of playing the game. Now, where money spending comes into a huge importance is later into a patch, it becomes very RNG with bad luck protection. So there gets to be a point where you're trying to upgrade your gear, and I think it's a 2% chance to succeed, and every time it fails, it goes up. So it's just at that point, just about YOLOing mats into your character to get slightly stronger. It's like a soft cap. Are you guys familiar with soft caps? Like in Korean MMOs, very common, where you get to a max level, that soft cap, and then there's a hard cap of you grinding experience, which there is no real experience grind in this game, and you like grind those upgrade mats. That's basically what this game is. That turns some people off for sure. So that's basically how this game will interact. So where the people who are spending tons of money, there's not any like middle ground in this game. Like honestly, spending a little bit isn't really going to give you anything. I think this game is going to have a massive amount of free-to-play players, and then there's going to be a few whales that I think there's like some kind of like WoW token thing where like you can buy enough mats to go. But dude, if the amount of mats you'll have to buy to go higher is like an obscene amount of money. It will be so few people, and most importantly, it'll never ever affect you. Those people.
Yeah, another one here actually. Yeah, for the whales thing, right? If you only spend like let's say $100 or something like that, it will not get you anywhere. $100 is not gonna get your weapon one step higher. No, my weapon right now, if I try to like put it like $100, is like two tries of like less than 4% chance. So $100 or something is not gonna get you anything. So there is no middle ground. He's right actually. There is no middle ground. It's either like you spend a little bit for like side stuff, maybe cosmetic or stuff like that, probably, right? Or you just like just throw money into the game like 10,000, 20,000, or something like that to actually get that high. And like, yeah, their performance won't matter to you because it's not like you're gonna, well, if you do play with them, it's gonna be good anyway because you get free clear anyway. Not free clear, I guess, an easier clear. So yeah, I mean like that's basically what it is, right? There is not really a middle ground. If you take like 1,000, doesn't mean a lot. Yeah, 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 exactly. Just get cosmetic with $100 basically, the side ones, right? So yeah, quality of life stuff you can get and stuff like that, but it won't get your character anywhere if you spend like only like a little bit here and there. So yeah. At the same time, it's more like I don't know if like what people think of it though. I think this is good actually because like it's a sink, right? For like people that have a lot of money and don't care what they spend, they can spend a lot, but it doesn't like enforce the free players, because the free players and the people that paid $100 are probably gonna be in the same place anyway. Like there won't be any difference there. It's not like $100 will give you a massive advantage. So yeah, second more gatehouses for LA upgrades. Yeah. Spend over 2k on PoE. I really have to restrain myself here. 2k will get you a little bit higher, Neko. At this point, at least in KR right now, 2k bucks is is gonna get you like a little bit higher, but won't be that much. Maybe like about 3 to 6%. 3% probably stronger, maybe. What about pet? Do you get more than one free pet? You get one free pet. You can buy more. There are some that gives more pet. I think. Was there like anything that gives you pet? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, spend 6k only. Goddamn.
Will never be able to do the hardest content better than you. They will in PvP or PvE. And because there's no damage meters, if you're playing with those people, you don't even care. Like, you want to clear the content and that's it. It would be so much different if you were doing dungeons with people who are buying mats, which, by the way, the amount of mats you can buy compared to farm is like you could just farm them. You would feel bad if someone was just crushing you in damage. But in reality, if there's no site to show your logs, if there's no damage meter, people actually kind of don't give a shit, to be honest with you. Bottom line, if you are playing...
But don't you think, I feel like in NAU there's gonna be someone that made a third-party DPS meter though. I feel like, feel like there's gonna be a DPS meter later in NAU later. So yeah. In WoW, at the start of new rated, they do split runs, yeah, where there is like a couple of... Yeah, I know what split run is, right, yeah. After the tier is over, they gear up the same exact class to try and get better gear. Alt in WoW is extremely annoying, especially since Blizzard has a tendency to make things not account-wide. I see. So that's how it works. I mean, that's not that... it's actually pretty similar to Final Fantasy in a way. Because split runs happen in Final Fantasy as well. Well, in this game, I don't think alt is like extremely annoying. I got a feeling that like maybe it's like, once you actually start making alts and like, you enjoy the alt, maybe they would think better of the alt. But if you come from WoW with that kind of system, I can understand why you think alt is gonna be annoying and thinks that it's gonna be a massive time sink, because it's not a massive time sink, right? It's maybe like 30 minutes. But yeah. Streamers can easy swipe and write it off at work expenses. I will not do that. I will keep myself as free. Just report like in 14. Wow, UI skin. Oh, on the thing on the overlay. Man, that's gonna be like monk ass. But it can work though. You can turn off the overlay and then there is gonna be like a UI maybe. I don't know. I feel like it can happen. I feel like overlay stuff and add-on can happen when it goes to NAEU. So yeah. Yeah, I hope it won't be one though. I hope there won't be one. DPS brings more negative than positive in my opinion. Yeah, this is like a different topic though. I can talk about this like, what I think about it, I guess, but maybe later.
This game free to play with your friends, I think you will progress at the same rate. What other people are doing would really never affect you. And when you're doing the hardest content, no matter how much money anyone's paid, they will never have an advantage over you. That alone to me has me completely not worried about pay to win in that game. Now, it should be noted that I've heard from a few people that have played the Korean version that once you get into some of the higher tiers, that's where the money market started changing. So I'm not saying what they're giving us right now is very friendly to that, but it's possible over time that doesn't become the case because apparently in the other clients, the monetization has gotten worse over time.
Was it though? I feel like everything that he said right now, which is based on the beta information, right, is exactly the same like right now even. I think like what he's saying is still correct right now, even in KR. Maybe I don't know. True. Oh shit, okay, it's Russia, dude. It's Russia. That's why. Cause Russia takes off like everything that is blue crystal in the cash shop, so you have to pay for it now. In KR, it's not there. It's Russia, yeah. Okay. See, this is why we're hoping that like NAEU doesn't go the Russian route. Just go to the KR route, man. KR route is totally the same right now. Whatever he's saying right now applies in KR. Exactly the same. But, yeah. But the Russia, I understand why it's like that. I guess so. I guess like the person that like told him was playing in Russian server. Now it makes more sense. Just pray that is But that's tier 3. Yeah, in KR tier 3 is still the same, Kaneki. It's still the same. It's only in Russia where they changed the business model, where you cannot buy things with blue crystal anymore in the cash shop. In Korea you can, but not in Russia anymore. It used to. So yeah. Amazon, yeah. Please, Amazon, man, please. Just go the KR route, man.
According to them. I have no actual information on that. I've just heard that from a few people. So it's something you want to watch out for in the future. But if you're worried about pay to win at all, I would urge you, just my opinion, I don't think it's a problem at all going into the game. So, and again, I'm really looking forward to the combat, really looking forward to playing with my friends. I just really wanted to cover the pay to win aspect because I really think that word is thrown around a lot and really, really not understood. That game's going to be an absolute blast if you have a couple of friends. And it has the same thing that other games have where you can do all the content with like a couple of your friends. You know what I mean? You don't need this massive group of people. You can just play with your friends. Really easy to pug stuff. Yeah. My biggest concern is how hard the hardest content is if you're a top 1% player. The content is definitely hard. The skill cap in that game is really high because it's probably not hard in that game to just do your damage on a rotation and again like on a target dummy and just do nothing. And again, that varies between the classes. But doing that while staying alive in the hardest content in that game, the skill ceiling is very, very high. So
It's good, man. It was good video. I actually like it. His take is really good, I think. For the so far, I think like everything that he says is just basically true, except for the fact that like when in tier 3 it changes, that changes only in Russia. In KR, the original release, the origin of the game is still the same. So yeah, I think it's good. I think this is a really good video actually. Yeah, really good video, really good video. So check it for that. It's good. I like it. I like Max's take actually. He actually he also like shed some light on that part, right? Where if you can technically like you can buy an account and everything, but is that winning or not? That is true actually. I never thought about it that way. Was good. Was a really good video. I like it. I like it. This guy's fine. I like him. He has a brain. I mean, he's smart, man. Max is actually like pretty smart. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Amazon Games has a reputation to uphold. So unless they want to ruin it just for some quick money, I think they will try to be good. Yeah. Well, I mean like that's not what happened in New World though. I feel like. So yeah, very reasonable. Sell me one of your scouts. What?